What's that blowing on the wind? It's a flamingo. How extraordinary. As you can see, here is a flamingo in distress. It has a Norfolk Island pine attached to its back and roped around its neck, thus. And it also has a chain around its neck, which used to chain it to the other flamingos in the flock. Good morning. As you can see, we have today a flamingo, but not an ordinary flamingo. A flamingo from Norfolk Island, which is a small island off Australia, and it came here by the most extraordinary means, and he'll explain that. Now, as to why he left, he says that he led an awful life being imprisoned and chained to another collection of flamingos, and they had to drag Norfolk Island pines around the island day in and day out, and they were chained together, and it was awfully hard for them. So no wonder he took the opportunity when a shackle fell off to get out, didn't you? He says, yes, he certainly did. I asked him, are you concerned about the other flamingos you left behind? To which he says, no, not really, because they were a quarrelsome bunch, and I really didn't find much in common with them, so I wasn't terribly sorry to leave them behind, which is a pity really, because flamingos are notably gregarious. Now, given that you've arrived here by the most extraordinary means due to the jet stream having whizzed you down here, one has to wonder how you'll find other flamingos that you can actually live with in the future. And looking at the world map, the nearest place to which there are any flamingos, where there are any flamingos, is the south of Spain. What do you think of that as a place to live? And he says, well, I don't speak Spanish, which is a bit of a blow, but I suppose I'll have to try and learn it. Well, you're very welcome to stay here, my dear flamingo, if you want to avoid learning Spanish, which I'm sure most people would. But at the same time, we don't have much of the food you like. We have algae in a pond, we have sardines, which you can have tinned sardines anytime you want, but not the crustaceans that you lived off in your palmy days in Norfolk Island. And he says to that, well, he'd actually rather be here in a calm environment to recover from the shock that he's had before making yet further adventures into a place he's never heard of, and in which he won't be able to speak the native language. I presume that the flamingos in Spain speak some sort of Spanish dialect, and if so, it'll probably be unintelligible to him. Poor chap. Now, I've asked him, what's your main fear, aside from being sent back to Norfolk Island, of course? And he says to that, the answer is losing my colour. My colour depends upon my diet. My pink colour depends upon crustaceans. And so if I don't have crustaceans, I might turn white, and that would be absolutely awful. I wouldn't be a flamingo anymore. And so we can't deal with that except perhaps by buying him tinned crab. I wonder if that would work for you. And he says, well, I'll give it a go, and I don't know what will happen, but let's hope for the best. He's nodding, as you can see. Quite freely nodding, in fact. So I shall say thank you, my dear flamingo, for this extremely kind and unique interview, and we'll see you again, hopefully looking pink, in the pink as it were, rather than in the white. That depends upon finding the right diet.